Hi Carol, this is Mike from Stagecoach Road Vintage Sewing Machine, and this is your Pretty Singer 1591, ready to come home. And this is the final test before we pack her up to send her out to you. And in this test, we're going to go over the basic operation of the machine, how to wind the bobbin, how to thread the machine, and how to work the various controls. And you may already know this machine very well, and may not need this tutorial, but it'll be a good refresher. So to start, we're going to wind the bobbin. And you find your bobbin in the bobbin case down here below the slide plate. There's a little latch on the side of the bobbin case that as long as you're holding that latch, your bobbin's not going to drop out. So let go of the latch and there's your bobbin. Put your bobbin on the bobbin winder. And let's see, we need a spool belt for the bobbin winder pin. This keeps the spool from spinning out of control and tangling up the thread below the spool. Put your thread through the hole in the side of the bobbin. Turn your rubber tire until the little keeper pin on the side of the bobbin winder goes into the hole in the bobbin. Then put your thread through the hole in the other side and turn the rubber tire to put a few wraps of thread on your bobbin. Just to hold the thread in place while the bobbin winds. Press your bobbin winder in towards the hand wheel, and this little finger will drop into the bobbin. And this little finger is the release. So as your bobbin fills, it's going to push this little finger up until when the bobbin is full, it pops out and stops winding the bobbin so you don't get a tangle of thread. Anyway, push your bobbin winder in against the hand wheel. Turn the chrome knob in the center of the hand wheel, an eighth of a turn or so, until you feel it hit its stop. And that releases the hand wheel from the rest of the machine so you can spin it to wind your bobbin without making the rest of the machine cycle. You can also wind your bobbin while you're sewing, just don't loosen the clutch knob. So give it a little gas and you're winding a bobbin. Okay, we need a little bit of adjustment. This is the tension device for the bobbin winder, and it also is the adjustment for the thread. So excuse my clothes, we're in the middle of building a new shop, and I've been doing some drywall work, and that's kind of been taking me away from this. That's part of why it's taken me so long to get this done. I apologize for that, but we'll get her back to you toot sweet. Okay, that's plenty of thread for our test. So when you're done winding your bobbin, you pop that finger up to release your bobbin winder. Reclutch your machine by turning the chrome knob in the center of the hand wheel to tighten it. Your thread comes off the top of the bobbin in this direction. So with the thread coming off the top of the bobbin in that direction. You'll drop your bobbin into the bobbin case and direct the thread up into this little slanted slot on the side and up under the flat leaf spring, which is your lower tension, so you feel it click into place. Holding the little latch on the side of the bobbin case, you're going to put it on the pin in the middle of the hook down here below the slide plate. Make sure it goes all the way in and that the little finger fits into the cutout that's made for it. Then just let your thread dangle for now. And put your spool on the spool pin. Go into the big thread guide at the top here. Down between the discs of the tension assembly, all the way around until you pick up this little notch at the top here. Then double back down and pick up your check spring. There you go. And then from the check spring, you go through the take-up lever at the top here, from the back towards the front. Then when you pull on it, you'll see the check spring move. You know you got it right. Go into the thread guide over on the other side of the faceplate and down to the thread guide below the needle clamp. And then through the eye of the needle from the right towards the left. This is opposite the way most needles thread. But this is the way the Singer 201 and the Featherweight and some of the other nice Singers thread. Double check and make sure you're in all your thread guides and that you haven't accidentally wrapped around something that you shouldn't. Now, holding your needle thread loosely, turn the hand wheel towards you one full revolution, and the needle will take the thread down where the hook will pick it up and wrap it around the bobbin and bring up your lower thread. And there's your lower thread. The thread between the toes of the presser foot towards the back of the machine, and you're ready to sew. Let's see. It's kind of hard to see the dark thread on that dark fabric, so let's use this one. I can't remember now if I pointed out all of the controls or not. This is your thread, your stitch length from the center position going down. Your stitches get longer and longer and longer till the longest stitches are at the bottom. From the center going up, your stitches get longer and longer, but in reverse. We're going to set it at about 12 stitches per inch, which is a good average stitch length for a regular thread and fabric. This is the pressure on your sewing foot. If you're sewing something really delicate, you might want a little less pressure. If you're, you just adjust. You probably won't have to adjust it all, but if you do need to adjust it, you just adjust it in small increments. Clockwise is more pressure, counterclockwise is less pressure. And just depending on the fabric you're sewing, the thread you're using, you may need to adjust it just a little bit until it moves along with authority, but not more pressure than you need. This is your upper tension assembly, and that is of course your tension on your upper thread. And your upper thread is your upper tension is what pulls the thread up tight with each stitch. So if you have loose, loopy stitches on the bottom, you may not have enough tension at the top. when I restore a machine, I usually set it so 3 is your average tension for regular thread and fabric. If you need to adjust it up or down in tiny increments, again, clockwise is more pressure, counterclockwise is less pressure. You want to adjust it until your threads on the top and the bottom look even, so that it's not loose and loopy on the bottom, and the thread is being pulled up snug into the fabric from the top and the bottom. And here we go. Put your fabric under the presser foot, lower the presser foot using the lever on the back of the machine, and away we go. Yeah, that's a nice balanced looking stitch, and I got off to kind of a jump start. Oh, we have company out there. Okay, that's about that. Down here is your feed drop. If you want to do darning or patching or machine embroidery, and you want to drop the feed dogs so you can move around the fabric by yourself, this knob here, you just screw it all the way out, and then you'll feel the other side, the part that the screws into is the actuator for the feed dogs. Yeah, just loosen that all the way and your feed will drop. Now you're moving the fabric around by yourself. You might have to let the pressure off on your pressure adjuster on top too, but now you're in control, and you can move the fabric any way you want. Write your name if you want to, draw pictures. But we're going to put the pressure back on and screw in again. Now the feed dogs are up and they're moving your fabric. Okay. So that's basically it. The throat plate appears to have been replaced with a remanufactured, anyway, for a non-original needle plate, and it's, as oftentimes is with Chinese-made replacement parts, it doesn't fit exactly right. It's great for sewing, great for anything you want to do, unless you want to do machine embroidery. If you want to do, if you want to be able to drop your feed to do machine embroidery or applique, that sort of thing, you're going to have to go on eBay and buy an original needle plate for this. Because as I said, this one doesn't fit exactly, and if you drop the feed, it doesn't want to go back up because the teeth of the feed dogs hit the needle plate, which is slightly out of alignment. But once you get that one, the original plate, to drop the feed, all you do is loosen this screw all the way and slide it towards the front of the machine as far as it will go, and that drops your feed. And tighten it again and it'll stay in place while you do your sewing project. When you get done, loosen that screw again all the way and push the screw down forward, and you may have heard it pop past the slots of the needle plate. So you can do it. If it really gets stuck, all you have to do is take off the needle plate and put your feed dogs in the up position, then put your needle plate back on over the feed dogs. And they ride all right in the slots there in that replacement needle plate. Looks nice. And it is graduated. I could maybe file the holes a little bit, but that's not really a great solution. So I'm just going to leave it as it is with its replacement needle plate. And as I said, it'll be great for sewing. If you ever feel the need to do darning or that sort of thing, just go on eBay and get yourself an original needle plate for a Singer 1591. That's it. Your light's back here, right here, light switch. You want to oil her every 8 hours or so of sewing. If you sew 2 hours one day and a couple hours the next, and then, you know, when you accumulate 8 hours or so of sewing, you're going to want to go through and put 1 drop of oil at each of the movement points, anywhere where parts move against each other when you turn the hand wheel. If you don't sew for a while and she sits for like 3 months or more on your shelf, the oil will evaporate, so go through and put a drop of oil at each oiling point. You probably have a user manual for it. If not, you can find one online, and that has an oiling diagram that'll point out all the oiling points. This is a beautiful machine. It's in really good shape, and we cleaned up the nicks and scratches and put in a French polish on it, which is like a several hundred-year-old French process that they used on fine furniture, but it really brings out the gloss. Yeah, I can't think of anything else to tell you except thank you. We really enjoyed this project, and I look forward to getting her back to you soon. All right.